Awaken to play.
Hopefully things are going well for you guys. As for me, welcome to the Gamer Man's Lounge, and today we got a video game classics. Today we're going to be picking off right where we left off in terms of the Quake series, so I figured, okay, let's just get it done already, so why not? So this is the fourth entry in the Quake series, Quake 4. And yeah, Quake 4 took on a different approach compared to Quake 3 Arena. Okay, to be fair, Quake 3 Arena took on a different approach with more focus towards the arena multiplayer scene. Alright. But we absolutely do have ourselves Quake 4 going back to, okay, let's have a single player campaign that pick off right where Quake 2 left off, and then just have a multiplayer. So here you go, Quake 4. The fourth entry in the Quake series ended up happening, but this time, Raven Software started to handle development while working with id Software. However, rather than engage in arena shenanigans from Quake 3, Quake 4 focuses on story and makes sure that it would take place after the events of Quake 2. With the Macron defeated, the Strogg is not just pissed off, but having a hard time. It seems to be time to finish this fight, but things just isn't easy. As a matter of fact, something just doesn't seem right. And this is where the storyline would go and hit this huge curveball. I will get into a detail in a bit. Don't worry, I'll avoid spoilers. So we recap from Quake 2. It's time to invade Strogoss after the Strogg decided to invade Earth. So, yep, they came and started crap with you. Now, you go over to Strogoss, and then you basically deliver it to them and hit them with consequences for their actions. But we go over to Quake 4. In Quake 4, it's time to finish the fight, as you once again crash land into Strogoss. Now, this battle between Earth and the Strogg is going to carry on from Quake 2. And of course, as you get thrown in, which you're going to be thrown in, you're going to be under constant fire. You're going to be fighting a lot of times, but you do get a few breathers, okay? But remember, I'm going to go ahead and say this as we're talking about the continuation of the Strogg versus Earth storyline. There's some things you want to expect, okay? The Strogg and their bullshit, okay? Expect humans getting experimented on and sacrificed for the Strogg's armies and machinery. Inhumane terrors are to be expected. How storytelling is handling, well, let's just say storytelling has been evolved as people started to take notes from Half-Life 1 and 2. Plus, they decided to handle the little cutscene things that they got going on in Doom 3, and they carried on over to that. So anything they took notes from in terms of Half-Life 1 and 2, and plus their little cutscenes and how things work in terms of cutscenes in Doom 3, just carry on over from Doom 3 into that, and that's the thing. I have to go ahead and cut myself real quick, as I seem to notice that compared to Doom 3, like Doom 3 gives you like a PDA and then a bunch of logs you can collect, like there's audio logs and all this stuff, and there would be a lot more world building in Doom 3. This time in Quake 4, there's no PDAs, there's no archival world building notes and audio logs. It's just, okay, what's going on right now in Quake 4, and that's just it. Yes, the storytelling has basically seen some evolution compared to Quake 2, okay, but in terms of the world building, in terms of the context, you're not going to find any of that in terms of, like, let's say the PDA and the personal data assistant. Okay, and then, okay, all these archival notes and whatnot, these past logs and audio logs, like you see in Doom 3, you're not going to see none of that in Quake 4. There are a few areas where I get bitchy about Quake 4's AI. I'll get into that in a bit, but however, the AI is at most formidable, if not careful, so be on your toes. Your allies aren't useless at all. Despite its issues, they are really competent, as some will take the initiative to heal you and charge your armor. Oh, and here's a quick heads up. Some Marines will end up giving you weapon upgrades, so keep your eye out. As a matter of fact, keep your comrades as safe as ever. And now it's time for me to start complaining about the game, okay? I seem to notice how the amount of secrets throughout the campaign for Quake 1 and 2 have been nerfed. Yeah, there is lesser secrets and lesser secret areas in Quake 4. I'll do some more complaining a bit later, but with that totally said, you aren't really doomed as you do get plenty of resources to collect from left and right. It's a matter of how generous the game will give you. Now, you do get a bigger and highly action-packed single-player campaign at the end of the day. But when it comes to multiplayer, yes, I have bad news. And no, there's no offline with bots unless you hunt down a mod. Not only do you have to find real people to frag in the servers of Quake 4, but you have to make sure that you get multiplayer working to where it's smooth sailing. So, good luck with that. You get access to weapons such as a pistol with infinite ammo, machine gun, shotgun, nail gun, hyper blaster, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, railgun, lightning gun, and dark matter gun, which is basically like a black hole gun that is, you could say, some sort of replacement to the BFG in Quake 2, but a bit nerfed. You do get segments where you basically operate the turrets, okay? And then you also go ahead and get sequences where you operate mechs, vehicles, even drive tanks. Okay, something to keep in mind about. Quake 4 is no stranger to curveballs, and speaking of curveballs, there's going to be a situation where you get captured by the Strogg, and you end up getting turned into a Strogg soldier. Thankfully, you get rescued before you become in full control of the alien zombie cyborg faction. And this results in you maintaining your humanity, but you do get a health cap increase to 125 health points with the use of the Strogg's healing stations. Quake 4 does crazy things, but it's time for me to go bring up another issue with the game. Trying to get this game to run properly in today's hardware requires you get the Quake 4 tweaker tool. And this tool not only gives you frame rates past 60, but also fixes that ridiculous high-quality image bug. It's like you have to activate, hey, force high-quality image. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you're going to be having a bad time as you're going to be dealing with blurred textures at the end of the day. It's ridiculous. Now, some of you guys are saying, oh, is this game in dire need of a remaster? Okay, you could say that, but we have Quake 3 Arena, and we haven't gotten something yet, okay? This is by the time I'm recording, okay? So getting this to run in today's hardware to become smooth sailing is going to be a pain in the ass. Especially when you have this ridiculous max brightness bug when you exit the game. And don't get me wrong, the AI is formidable, okay? But when it comes to the AI, there's going to be hiccups at times, and I will warn you up ahead, there's going to be a cliffhanger that's going to end off the story for Quake 4, but the next Quake game goes back to the arena. While I do have a few complaints about the game ends up being handled very well. The arrangement of weapons in your arsenal are great and traditional. Your favorite weapons from previous installments are there. And enemy designs are greatly detailed and made to where the Strogg becomes more menacing. The scenery and designs are also great as well, and the voice acting area, there seems to be a small amount of actors working with multiple roles. The sound presentation still remains to be modern but traditional to previous installments at most. The difficulty is balanced at most, and the boss battles are good. The single-player campaign is lengthy and packed. Quake 4 isn't really perfect. The game is great, but it is lackluster in a few areas. Quake 1 to 3 are going to be the better games compared to 4, but Quake 4 does a lot of great things. And that said, I can't just go and spend most of the time talking mad shit about the game. It is still a good and ambitiously put together game, and that said, Quake 4 is absolutely recommendable.